Hi plant friends, this is Casita with Plantitas because I have a little house with a lot of plants, and today we're doing a repot with me, working with LECA to soil and LECA to LECA. First off is my Hoya palinera, which is in a 3D printed self-watering pot, and she is going to be going into soil in this really cute little pot that we got here. And my Hoya Sunrise, which is in LECA and needs to go in more LECA. So I'm just going to put it right into that self-watering pot that I have. I think it'll look real cute, especially because the brown will match with the red. And the soil we're going to be using today is the Black Gold Orchid Mix, which I love for Hoyas. Although I also enjoy this plant in LECA, I would love to see how it grows in soil for me, since we are in that perfect spring and summertime. By giving the leaf a little tug, I can tell that the roots have grown a lot since I put this in here just a little month ago. So I'm expecting to have a lot of roots from this plant, which shows me that it needs a transplant no matter what. Yep, and there they are, just a little peekaboo. And I'm just carefully removing the LECA, making sure that I'm not ripping out any of the roots, trying to be super gentle because as you can see there is a lot. It has really grown into this pot. I think the plant has been focusing more on root growth, especially because this pot wasn't designed all too great. The wicking up of the water isn't too fantastic. As you can see, those holes are really small on there. So the plant was focusing more on getting the water that was really down below. Honestly, since I filled that reservoir, it has not gone through at all, so I always have to be pouring water like if it was just normal watering. So that's why I really feel like I need to repot this into soil. Look at all those roots and that cute new leaf that's finally coming through. So now I'm going to dump out a little bit of soil that I had in there already just because of how much roots there are. My goal is to get everything from the base of the roots close to where the leaves are, and all of the roots covered. When transplanting, it is so important that you get all the roots covered, but at the same time I am being super gentle and making sure that I'm not smashing any of them or breaking any of them in the process. The nice thing about LECA though is that it does make for some really good roots, especially when you're trying to root a cutting like this one. So now I'm just topping it off, but I'm making sure that I'm not covering any of the petioles or the new leaves, because that will definitely kill your new leaves and will honestly do some damage to your plant. So again, you just want to make sure that everything from the base of the roots down is covered, making sure to pat it down, because when you water it will sink down and you'll lose some soil and it'll leave some roots uncovered. So you always just want to give it a little pat, or just, you know, press it down a little bit, but not too hard, because you're going to compact the soil and that's a whole nother issue there. And there she is, a perfect transplant. Now I gotta get the self-watering pot ready for the Sunrise. Although it's not my most favorite pot, I think it'll work really well with the Sunrise. And not to mention, it's gonna look really cute. So now I just gotta wash everything out, get the Sunrise ready. So I'm just gonna take her out of the LECA that she's in right now. You might see some perlite, and that's just because she was rooted in perlite and then moved over to LECA once she had a little bit of roots, like you see there. I noticed that she wasn't budging, and I was kind of like worried for a minute, because I was like, does she have that much roots? But I just noticed this big old overgrown one escaping from the bottom. That tell you extra note that she needed to be repotted. And you can see she was also circling around the pot, which is an extra sign that she needed to be repotted. If you see any of your plants doing this in soil and LECA, it is time to transplant. It is time to repot. Your plant is going to start suffering if it does that for a long time, unless it's something like a monstera that likes to be all bounded up like that. Now I'm just measuring how deep I need to go. Since she does have a lot of roots, I want to give her plenty of space to grow, but at the same time plenty of space for those roots that are currently established. So I'm just pouring it in, trying to get all the roots in there, and at some point I do realize that I did not do it low enough, as you can see right there. So I just had to take it out of the LECA and then put it back in, but just a little bit deeper, like so. There she is. Perfect. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to give it a big ol' like, and make sure to subscribe for more planty content. And make sure to watch my last video where I repotted my Monstera Thai Constellation, and I give a lot more tips on how to transplant. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!